Don't drive right there, just take a detour.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Introduce her to some friends.
Yeah.
Because she's in dire need now. Tell us about you.
So last year, literally had no problems, nothing wrong. Woke up one morning feeling really bad. Went to the ER, and because I thought I was dehydrated, that happens sometimes. And they said that I had really high blood pressure and was in acute renal failure. Like my top number was around 200, which would have explained the headaches I'd been having around that time anyway. And then we get there, they admit me, tests are done, and it turns out I have IgA nephropathy and was already in stage 4 failure. So until then, had no idea. I'm like, well, I think the first words out of my word, no, I don't think. I know the first words out of my life were, well, that's my life ruined. And for at least a bit there, that's been true. There have definitely been dips, but I'm not gonna lie to you. It was terrible. It was awful. Anyone who says it wasn't is lying. So we do that. We tried dealing with medication for a few months. Nothing is working. Everything's going downhill very quickly. So I got diagnosed in May. By December, I was on peritoneal dialysis. Well, okay, I got the catheter then, and then I started in January. And professionally, I work in, we'll call it specialty customer service. And I'm also a professional entertainer, mostly belly dance and burlesque. So for my job, people see all of this and they like to pay for it. And I love taking their money. So that made things very, very interesting. But I looked at the catheter as a, well, you're an appendage now. You get to work like the rest of the appendages. There's no slacking here. So if you see in the pictures, like there's one of me in a blue gown, I'm backstage at a show and I'm holding up the catheter and it's got a little tassel tied to it. Like, no. You work like the other appendages work. That's how we do this in this house. And it was fun to do triple tassel twirls because, well, I want this tassel going with me. Did have to change up some of my liquid porax to be glitter pores. Forgot that glitter takes up a different kind of volume than liquid does. So there was one where I put way too much glitter in my wine bottle. But looked really cool coming out. And that was my wine great-faced act. So I turned my catheter into a little vine coming out of me and just wrapped some leaves around it. Yeah, so again, this is how we do. So that was actually fun, and I was sad when they told me I couldn't rhinestone it, because stifling creativity, whatever. But I could hit people with it. That was fun. I had 2 different dialysis nurses tell me that. I asked. So if I wanted to hit people with it as a greeting, or a stop that, or a, hey, you got some extra cash? Got something fun to do. So that was my dialysis journey, which was incredibly frustrating at home, but out in public, weirdly fun. But it had kind of stopped working as well by June. I'd noticed it. I was losing way more weight, got kind of skeletal towards the end there, was very sad my boobs and my butt were gone, was not okay, because I couldn't fit into anything and it all just was falling off of me. And when you have costume pieces, that is a big deal. It's like, okay, this is ways I have to adjust doing my job. If it means taking in like 2 inches on a skirt backstage, that's not stressful at all. So Jessica, I didn't realize was donating until she messaged me or was signing up to be one. And then very quickly after got the call of, hey, this person's not a match for you, but we found someone in the paired exchange. And it was a couple days after the last show I did prior to transplant. And actually that picture's from that show. I've got the big floofy dress on that I almost wore today. And I'm like, no, that's too much volume. I don't want to deal with that much volume. So then I just kind of waited. We had the surgery and I was back to working and able to do stuff in about a month and a half. And I did wait the requisite 3 months to do my first show, just because that's in the public sphere and it was October. So I behaved I didn't break that early, no matter how much I wanted to, so I got to come back for the appropriate Halloween show, and one of my reveals was, hey, check out my scar, which people seemed to like, and mirrored what I did in February, where my last reveal was, instead of taking the top off, which is traditionally the last reveal, I took the dressing off of my dialysis catheter so you could see, hey, there's a tube in me. You don't see that very often, right? And people still love that to this day, and I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do that now that I don't have the dialysis catheter. But I did ask to keep it, so we're gonna do something with it. And I've been